Chosen one. Something has been stirring inside of you. Questions that echo in the silence of your nights. Why do you feel set apart? Why does the world resist you? Why does your spirit ache, as if carrying a secret too heavy to speak? The answer is hidden in your very blood. Your blood is not ordinary. It is covenant, seal, and prophecy. And the enemy has always known this. The world may call it biology, but the spirit whispers destiny. In your veins flows memory. In your DNA runs calling. You carry something ancient, something feared by darkness. Like rivers flowing from the throne of heaven, your blood holds the story of survival. Every wound, every battle, every storm you overcame, all of it has been written in the language of your body. And tonight, you will see what has been hidden. Why you always felt out of place. Why your spirit is restless in a world that cannot recognize you. Why heaven preserved you against all odds. Stay until the end. Because the last truth I will reveal is the one most people miss. And when you hear it, it will not only answer your questions, it will change how you see your life forever. If your spirit is stirring, pause right now. Like this message as an act of faith. Subscribe, because only the awakened will understand what is unfolding here. And declare in the comments 777, a number of divine alignment, to announce your bloodline is awakening. Are you ready? Let us begin. Your blood is not silent. It carries a voice, a testimony, a memory that cannot be erased. From the very beginning of creation, blood was never just liquid in the body. It was covenant. It was life. It was prophecy in motion. When Abel was slain by his brother Cain, the Lord said, "The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." Genesis 4:10. Blood speaks. It remembers. It testifies. And your blood is not like everyone else's. It carries the record of survival. Every wound, every betrayal, every tear. All of it is written into the language of your DNA, carried through the hidden rivers inside you. Think of a mighty river. At the surface it looks calm, but underneath currents move with force, carrying soil, stones, and secrets from faraway places. Your blood is that river, carrying fragments of your ancestors, echoes of battles fought before you were born, whispers of prayers spoken by those who came before you. This is why you feel different. Why, deep in your bones, you knew you were not random. Because your blood is not random. It carries covenant. It carries calling. It carries prophecy. Many wonder why your path feels heavy, why warfare against you is personal, why rejection follows you like a shadow. The answer is hidden. Your bloodline has been marked, and because it is marked, it has been hunted. The enemy knows what heaven has hidden. If you ever awaken to who you are, generations bound in silence will be set free through you. That is why the battles feel unexplainable. That is why the pressure has been relentless. But hear this. Every time the enemy tried to strike you down, your blood cried out. Every time you thought you would not make it, your blood testified, "This one must live. This one must rise." Even science, though blind to spirit, confirms in whispers. Blood carries memory. It transfers identity. It passes resilience, survival, even unspoken pain. And what science cannot see, the spirit reveals. Your blood carries an unbroken covenant with heaven. Let this sink deep. You are not only carrying your own life, you are carrying the remnant of generations, the echo of promises spoken long before you were born. This explains why mediocrity makes you restless, why sin cannot hold you for long. Because your blood is a witness. Your blood remembers. Your blood speaks. Do not despise the weight you carry. Do not believe you are cursed because of the battles you face. You are marked. You are sealed. The storms in your life did not come to destroy you, but to awaken what was already written in you. Pause for a moment. Reflect on the times you should have been lost, accidents that missed you, relationships that tried to kill your light but failed, depression that tried to bury you alive. You survived, not because you were stronger than others, but because your blood testified for you. The voice of your blood cried out to heaven, "This one is not finished. This one has an assignment," and heaven preserved you. Your survival was never random, it was prophecy. Every scar on your life is recorded in your bloodline, and now, as you awaken, your blood is aligning with your destiny. This is why you are here. This is why heaven guided you to this message. Because it is time for you to understand, your blood is not silent. It has always been speaking, and now heaven is giving you ears to hear it. But this is only the beginning. Because if blood speaks, we must ask, what has your blood been saying? And even more, what covenant does it carry? Stay with me. Because in the next part, we will uncover the ancient covenants written in blood, covenants that cannot be erased, and the reason darkness has fought you so relentlessly. Listen closely. Every covenant God has made was sealed with blood. Blood is not only the carrier of life, it is the ink of eternity, the signature of heaven written on earth. From the garden to the cross, the story of God with humanity has always been written in blood. When Israel was trapped in Egypt, it was not gold or silver that set them free. It was the blood of the Lamb painted on their doors. Exodus 12 tells us the angel of death passed over every home marked by blood. Blood became shield, proof of covenant, the difference between life and death. And your blood is no less sacred. It carries covenant. It carries promises spoken over your lineage long before you were born. Think of a seal pressed into wax. Even when the wax melts and cools, the imprint remains. Your blood carries that imprint. It is why darkness has not erased you. It is why you are still here. You have asked, why am I always under attack? Why do doors close when I try to walk through them? Why does it feel like something unseen resists me? The reason is holy. You are marked. And because you are marked, you are monitored. Hell studies you because heaven sealed you. Demons know your name not because of your failures, but because of your assignment. The covenant written in your bloodline shines like fire in the spirit realm. And where fire burns, moths gather. But hear this, what gathers around you cannot devour you. The covenant is stronger than the attack. Think of Jesus at the Last Supper. He lifted the cup and said, "This is my blood of the covenant, poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins." Matthew 26:28. That cup carried not only wine, but prophecy. It announced a new covenant written in his blood. And you are the continuation of that covenant, not an accident, but an extension of eternity's signature. This is why, even in weakness, heaven still calls you chosen. Your life is not fragile paper easily torn apart. It is parchment sealed with fire. The covenant cannot be erased. It cannot be undone. The struggles you face are not punishments. They are confirmations. Every attack is proof you are sealed. Every closed door is evidence that heaven placed you on a narrow path only you can walk. Every tear you've shed has watered the soil where your covenant will bear fruit. Hear this carefully. You have not been rejected. You have been preserved. You have not been overlooked. You have been hidden. Because the covenant in your blood requires the right time, the right unveiling. Think of a scroll rolled tightly, sealed until the appointed moment. That is your destiny. Your blood is the ink. Your life is the scroll. And heaven is breaking the seal now. This is why you could never blend in. Why parties could not hold you. Why toxic love could not keep you. Why even in rebellion, a whisper always called you back. The covenant in your blood would not let you go. The same way the blood on the doorposts preserved Israel, the covenant in your blood has preserved you. Storms that should have destroyed you passed over. Prisons that should have held you broke open. Despair that should have consumed you became the very place God's light shone brighter. The covenant in your blood is why you survived. It is why you are here. It is why this message found you. Because the covenant cannot die with you. It must awaken in you. But here lies a deeper question. If covenant preserves, why do so many marked ones feel crushed under the weight of life? Why do the chosen suffer the most violent storms? The answer is hidden in the mystery of bloodlines. Some blood types, some callings, carry a code that sets them apart. Rare, unusual, feared by darkness. And in the next part, we will uncover this mystery, the truth about rare bloodlines, and why feeling different has always been your greatest confirmation. You have always known you were different. You felt it as a child, in the silence of your thoughts, in rooms where everyone else seemed to belong while your spirit whispered, "I am not like them." This is not pride, it is prophecy. Just as some stones are common while others are rare, just as some metals are ordinary while others are precious, so it is with blood. Not all blood is the same. Rare bloodlines carry rare callings. Think of diamonds buried deep in the earth. For years they remain hidden in darkness, for centuries unseen. But when pressure builds and the right hands uncover them, they shine with brilliance impossible to ignore. So it is with you. Your life has been pressed under weight. You have been hidden where others could not see your worth. But heaven has always known what you carry. Your blood is diamond blood, rare, preserved, destined to shine. Even in the natural, some blood types are uncommon. They cannot be easily matched or replaced. And when someone with that blood is in need, only a few in the world can answer. This is your calling. You were not made to fit everyone. You were not made to be easily understood. You were designed for rare alignments and divine assignments that only you could fulfill. This is why rejection became your teacher, why loneliness has been your companion, why isolation shaped you in wilderness. Because heaven set you apart, and what is set apart can never be common again. Do you remember Peter's words? You are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a people set apart for God. 1 Peter 2:9. This is not poetry, this is identity. You are royal, you are set apart. The warfare you face is not random. The storms in your life are not ordinary. The reason the pressure feels unbearable is because rare jewels are forged under uncommon conditions. Coal does not become diamond without crushing. Sand does not become pearl without irritation. And your destiny could not emerge without struggle. Your bloodline has carried pain, yes, but it has also carried endurance. Every survivor in your family tree, every prayer whispered by your grandmother, every tear shed by those before you, they all flow in you. They all shape the rare code within your veins. This is why mediocrity will never satisfy you, why your spirit will not settle for less, why your dreams pursue you at night, because you are rare, and the world is waiting for what only you carry. Think of the times you asked, "Why me? Why am I always misunderstood? Why do I never fit in?" It is because you were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out, to be a signal, a lighthouse in the storm. A vessel carrying a light few can comprehend, but rare blood is not only valuable, it is feared. Darkness fears what it cannot replicate. The enemy fears what it cannot control. This is why you have faced attacks out of proportion to your age, your status, your position. Hell saw the seal in your blood before you understood it yourself. Take this in deeply. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not broken. You are rare. And rarity takes time to reveal. But here's the question. If rare bloodlines are set apart, why do they suffer such violent resistance? Why do the chosen carry scars others do not? Why does heaven allow the rare to be crushed? The answer lies in the ancient battle over blood itself. From the days of Noah to the sacrifice of Christ, the enemy has always sought to corrupt what is pure, to dilute what is holy, to interfere with what is rare. And this battle is the reason your life has felt like war. Stay with me, because in the next part, we will uncover the hidden war over your bloodline, why the enemy tried so hard to rewrite your story, and why none of his attempts succeeded. If your blood is covenant, if it is rare, then you must understand this. Your blood has been under attack from the very beginning. The enemy has always waged war against bloodlines. From Genesis to Revelation, while Scripture reveals a hidden pattern, the corruption of seed, the interruption of lineage, the destruction of covenant. Why? Because the enemy fears what heaven has sealed. Genesis 6 speaks of the sons of God coming to daughters of men, corrupting humanity's bloodlines. This was no myth but an ancient strategy. If the bloodline was corrupted, prophecy could be delayed. If the bloodline was broken, covenant could be lost. This same war has touched your life. It has touched your family. It has touched your very bloodline. Addictions cycling through generations, patterns of divorce, chains of poverty, the silence of shame. These are not accidents. They are attempts to rewrite your DNA. Think of a forged letter. Someone takes a true message but adds false lines, stains the page, twists the meaning. That is what the enemy has tried to do with you. To stain your story. To convince you that you are cursed. To make you believe weakness runs in your veins instead of strength. But hear this. What the enemy forges, heaven restores. What the enemy corrupts, God redeems. What the enemy stains, the blood of the Lamb cleanses. Revelation 12:11 declares, "They overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony." Did you catch that? Overcoming is not only by his blood, but also by your testimony. Your bloodline plus his bloodline. Your story plus his story. Together, unstoppable. This explains why your life has been so heavily contested. Because if you awaken, if you rise, if you claim the covenant in your veins and align it with the blood of Christ, then every curse breaks, every chain shatters, every stronghold falls. Listen carefully. The depression that has stalked your family is not yours to carry. The addiction that destroyed others before you will not destroy you. The poverty that swallowed generations ends with you, because you are a breaker. You are a restorer. Think of Noah. When the earth was corrupted, his generation alone was called pure, not because he was perfect, but because his bloodline was preserved. Genesis 6:9 says, Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generations. Blameless in his generations. It was his bloodline, and because his line was preserved, humanity was preserved. You are the Noah of your family. Your bloodline was not allowed to end in destruction. That is why you survived storms that should have drowned you. That is why you walked out of battles that should have buried you. Heaven said, "Through this one, I will preserve a remnant." But here lies the mystery. If you are preserved, then you are also pursued. The attacks in your life are proof of covenant, not its absence. Resistance is not punishment, it is confirmation. Hell does not fight what it does not fear. The sickness in your body, the confusion in your mind, the warfare in your relationships, all were strategies to make you forget who you are. Because if you forget, you surrender your inheritance. But revelation is restoring what was stolen. Your memory is awakening. Your blood is crying out again, and heaven is answering. Pause and breathe this truth in. The battle over your blood has been fierce, but you are still standing. Not broken, not destroyed, still chosen. And survival is not the end, it is the beginning. Preserved blood must fulfill its purpose. Your survival is the prophecy that your bloodline's covenant is awakening in you. But how? How does heaven awaken what was hidden for so long? How does survival turn into destiny? Chosen one. This is the next mystery. What was preserved in your blood is now stirring. The Spirit of God is awakening it. Stay with me. Because in the next part, we will uncover how your very veins are being ignited with divine fire, and why your body, mind, and spirit are trembling with signs that destiny is breaking forth. Hear this truth deep in your spirit. You survived because you were preserved. Your bloodline did not collapse under curses. It did not drown in floods of darkness. It was preserved, because heaven marked you as the remnant. Think of Noah. When corruption filled the earth and violence covered every corner, one man was chosen. Genesis 6:9 says, Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generations. Noah walked with God. The world around him was falling apart, but his bloodline was preserved. Through his survival, the future of humanity was secured. You are the Noah of your family. You are the Esther of your generation. You are the Joseph, betrayed but raised to preserve many lives. You are the remnant. Reflect for a moment. How many times did destruction almost swallow you? How many nights did despair whisper that you wouldn't see the morning? How many times did you feel crushed, unseen, forgotten? And yet, here you are, still standing, still breathing, still chosen. This is not survival by chance. It is preservation by purpose. Your life was sealed by heaven's decree. Your bloodline carried a covenant that could not be erased. And you were chosen to carry it into a new season. Think of a seed buried in frozen soil. Winter comes, snow covers the earth, the ground grows hard. Everyone believes the seed is dead. But within that seed, life sleeps. When the appointed time comes, spring awakens what was hidden. The seed bursts forth, unstoppable, undeniable, full of power. That is you. Your life has been buried under storms. You walked through winters that froze your joy. You felt abandoned, but you were not forgotten. You were hidden, preserved until the season of awakening. And now that season has come. The remnant within you is rising. The covenant in your blood is stirring. The voice of destiny is calling louder than ever. This is why you cannot live like everyone else. Why compromise feels heavier on you. Why mistakes feel more costly. Why your conscience burns when you wander. Because your life is not common. Your bloodline is not ordinary. You are the remnant, the one preserved. Do not envy those who seem carefree. Do not look with jealousy at those who walk without burden. What looks like freedom in them is blindness. But in you, the weight you carry is evidence of destiny. Think of Joseph, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, falsely accused, imprisoned without cause. From the outside, his life looked like tragedy. But heaven whispered, preserved. Every betrayal, every prison, every delay was preservation in disguise. Because when famine came, Joseph carried the key to survival. You are walking in Joseph's pattern. Your betrayals have not been wasted. Your prisons have not been pointless. Your delays were not denial. They were preservation. So that, at the appointed time, you will rise not only for yourself, but for those connected to your bloodline. The pain you endured was never about you alone. It was about generations after you. It was about those who will find safety in your obedience. You are the remnant raised to break the cycle, to carry covenant, to plant seeds of freedom in your family tree. The storms you survived were not punishments. They were tests of preservation. Every scar is now a testimony. Proof you carry what others could not. Pause now. Reflect. What you thought was God's silence was His shield. What you thought was rejection was His redirection. What you thought was delay was His preservation. And now the preservation has a purpose. You did not survive to stay silent. You survived to awaken, to rise, to carry the covenant forward. But here lies the mystery. If you are preserved, then preserved for what? If you are the remnant, what is the assignment hidden in your survival? The answer is stirring in your very veins. Your preservation was not for safety, but for awakening. Because the Spirit of God is about to ignite the covenant in your blood with holy fire. And the signs are already manifesting in your body, your dreams, your spirit. Stay with me. Because in the next part, we will uncover how your veins are trembling with divine electricity. Proof your bloodline has entered its appointed hour. Preservation was never the end. It was preparation. What was hidden in your blood is now awakening. The covenant in your veins is stirring. The Spirit of God is breathing on the code written inside you. You have felt it, unexplainable restlessness, strange dreams, unusual shifts in your body, nights where sleep feels impossible, moments when your heart grows heavy without reason, times when your spirit trembles at invisible things. This is not madness, it is awakening. Think of lightning striking a river. In one instant, silent water becomes electrified with fire. So it is with your blood. What was dormant is now alive. What was preserved in silence is now ignited by the Spirit. Romans 8:11 declares, "If the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Christ will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit who dwells in you." Do you see it? The Spirit does not only dwell in your mind or soul. He flows through your very body, through your blood, through your veins. This is why your body reacts, why you feel stirring at night, why you sense holy discomfort in places you once tolerated. Because your blood is aligning with Spirit. And when Spirit and blood align, destiny is activated. You have asked, why can't I stay where I used to stay? Why do old relationships, old patterns, old distractions now feel unbearable? The answer is simple. Your bloodline has entered awakening. Your body and spirit reject what does not match your covenant. You are being recalibrated from within. Think of a harp. When one string is tuned, others begin to vibrate in harmony. Even untouched, they respond to the frequency. So it is with you. The Spirit of God has touched one string in your soul, and now everything in you trembles in harmony. Your mind, your emotions, even your dreams are vibrating with awakening. Do not fear the shaking. Do not fear the trembling. They are not signs of destruction. They are signs of alignment. Your blood is testifying to heaven. I am ready. I am awakening. But understand this. Awakening will cost you. Rare blood cannot remain in common spaces. Awakened ones cannot return to sleep. Once the light is seen, darkness loses its grip. This is why you feel torn between the old and the new. Because heaven is calling you out, and the Spirit in your veins will not let you hide. Your blood carries signals. Just as prophets of old received visions, your body now receives impressions. Some call them symptoms, but they are signals. Spiritual tremors, signs that covenant is manifesting. Have you noticed the patterns? The numbers repeating before your eyes, dreams that return again and again, tears that fall unexpectedly when you pray, heat in your chest or hands without cause. These are not coincidences. They are signs that awakening flows through your veins. You are stepping into what prophets longed to see. The very Spirit that raised Christ is quickening your mortal body. This is why you survived. This is why you were preserved. Because the time for awakening is now. Pause for a moment. Let this sink deep. Your survival was preparation. Your preservation was positioning. But your awakening, this is your purpose. And yet here lies the mystery. If your blood is awakening, for what assignment? If heaven preserved you, what destiny now calls you? Awakening is not the end. It is the threshold, the doorway, the opening into the final revelation of your identity. The truth is this: your blood has always been the battlefield, but now it is becoming the weapon. What was fought against will now become the very thing that destroys darkness. Stay with me, because in the final revelation, I will uncover the hidden key about your bloodline that most never hear. The truth that explains not only your past, but your future. The secret that turns survival into assignment and pain into power. Chosen one, are you ready for the last unveiling? We have walked through mystery. We have traced the voice of blood. We have seen covenant, preservation, and awakening. But now the last truth must be spoken. The hidden truth about your blood is this: you are not just surviving a family line. You are the continuation of a divine covenant. Your blood type, your very DNA, is not random. It is a seal, a prophecy carried in your body. And every storm you endured was designed to protect that seal. The battles of your past were never punishment. They were preparation. The betrayals, the loneliness, the rejection, they were the fire that purified your bloodline. You were not being destroyed. You were being refined. Your blood has always been the enemy's target because it carries what he cannot replicate. But your survival is heaven's announcement. The covenant has prevailed. Do you feel it now? The reason you never fit in, the reason mediocrity never satisfied you, The reason you never felt at home in this world, it is because your blood carries eternity's echo. Your identity has always been divine. Revelation 12:11 declares, "They overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony." Your blood and your testimony now align with the blood of Christ. This is why you could not die in the wilderness. This is why you could not remain broken. Your blood and His blood are now one testimony. Pause and let this revelation rest in your spirit. You are not random. You are not forgotten. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. You are preserved. You are awakening. Now declare it. My blood is covenant. My life is testimony. I rise. I align. I awaken. Close your eyes and breathe this truth in. Father, I lift up every listener under the sound of this message. I decree their bloodline is sealed by heaven. Every curse broken. Every assignment of darkness canceled. Every hidden gift awakened. Let their bodies align with spirit. Let their testimony roar with power, and let them walk in courage. In the name of Jesus, amen. Chosen one, if this word pierced your spirit, make an act of alignment. Like this message as a declaration of faith. Subscribe, not as routine, but as covenant, because only the awakened will walk this path. And type in the comments, I'm chosen, because speaking it seals it. You did not find this message by accident. Heaven placed it before you, and now you know why. You are the remnant. You are the awakened. You are the covenant carried in blood. You are chosen.